YouTube. Let me show you this Magic Johnson build real quick. So this build is for those guys that want to essentially play. You obviously you're playing point guard, but you just want to have triple doubles, right? You want to get boards. You want to obviously run the offense, and then you want to abuse down low on the post, driving, etc., etc. I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's go ahead and edit the build just so you can see what's going on. So obviously point guard. 6'8" is the tallest you can be at point guard, so we'll go with 6'8". Otherwise, I would have probably won like 6'9". You can play around with this if you want, but 6'8" is solid. The weight doesn't really matter. Um, well, actually, yes, it does, right? You can still go down to maybe like 225 or so, but the point of being 230 pounds, for me, I like that weight class. And also, it's so that you can have a certain rebound accolades, if you will. As far as the wingspan, we're sitting at 7 foot. And again, the cemented to the madness. Reason being is you want to have that 92 mid-range shot. So the key for this build is having 92 mid-range, obviously high defensive rebounding because you want to get triple doubles, obviously high passing, and then the ability to drive the ball. Here's what I mean by that. So first we'll start with the close shot is sitting at 90. You have fearless finisher in Hall of Fame. That's crazy, right? Next thing is I actually don't have dunks, and I'll explain why in a second. This is for some of the more skilled players that understand how to do drop steps, euro steps, spin moves, hop steps, floaters, etc. Those guys that are solid as far as driving the ball and are not necessarily rim running. You know what I mean? So you need to have a skill level to use this build. But you can play around with it, but I do recommend having these particular stats. But anyways, 97 driving layup. That means even if you're contested, you're making that shot. And again, you have a Hall of Fame fearless finisher, Hall of Fame slithery finisher, Hall of Fame acrobat, Hall of Fame hop step or bunny, Hall of Fame pro touch, scooper, flow, giant slayer, spin. I mean, anything that has to do with, and my favorite, of course, Euro step. Anything that has to do with driving, you're solid, right? The good thing about that is you also have gold whistles, so you will be drawing fouls. A lot of people don't have anything past silver when it comes to whistle, so you're gonna be drawing certain fouls. That being said, we're going to post control. 95 post control is actually insane for a point guard. So again, not only do you have gold unpluckable, which not a lot of people have, right? Not a lot of people have gold unpluckable, and I'm talking about even point guards themselves with like smaller builds. But the point is, forget the unpluckable for a second. You literally have Bronx back down Punisher, Hall of Fame Dream Shake, Hall of Fame Drop Stepper, Gold Hook Specialist, and my favorite of them all, Hall of Fame post fade. Like that is crazy. Because I'll get to that in a second. But having Hall of Fame post fade as a point guard is just abuse. Like that's crazy. Then of course you have a post playmaker Hall of Fame, which is gonna complement you in the post. So you're kicking anything, you're passing out of the post, you're basically diming somebody up. So either way, whether it's the perimeter or the post, dimes are being sent out. And then of course Hall of Fame post spin technician. So basically spin move off the post. Now, my next favorite stat here is the mid-range. Yes, you do have all of these stats, all of these builds rather, but the most important one is this one. First of all, Deadeye Gold, solid. So even if there's some sort of contest off a pick and roll or even off the post, you have a high chance of making the shot. Green Machine Gold, you can still create shots, step back, side step, whatever you want, just off the jumper. And this is not including the fact that you have Hall of Fame everything when it comes down to driving, Euro, etc. Obviously, first of all, having Hall of Fame guard up is just an extra, right? Because damn, like you're already 6'8" and you already have gold Deadeye, but okay, I'll take it. But the most important one is Midi Magician. Having Hall of Fame Midi Magician is crazy because you're coming off the pick, you're pulling up, fading away, whatever, off the mid range, and it's Hall of Fame. You're going to be making all of those shots. And then, of course, you scroll down, once again, post fade phenom. So not only do you have Midi Magician, Guard Up, Deadeye, Space Creator, all these things, but you have post fade phenom and Hall of Fame, which we already discussed in the post control. Then as far as the 3 ball, you only have an 83 ball, but to be honest, in this game, 83 ball is all you need, especially if again you have a certain skill level. I green all my 3-point shots with Jordan Walsh from the Boston Celtics, and he only has a 68 3 ball. Obviously, playing online is different than my career, but the point is, 83 ball, that's all you need. You might even get away with 70 and 75. But for now, I think 83 ball is good to go. 97 free throws. Obviously, you're getting fouled out the ass with gold whistle and all this driving. You're not missing free throws. Then here, you can kind of play around with how much passing you want. I went with 91 for the simple fact that I want to have a bailout silver. Not a lot of people have bailout at all. But in this case, for instance, I have bailout silver, diamonds and gold, and that's honestly more than enough. Even silver is more than enough, but you obviously have decent passing badges here. While handling is 85, because to be honest with you, you should want to be able to handle the ball. Now 85 is not the best, right? Because my speed with ball is only 76, which again is fine. You remember, you're 6'8", 230 pounds, right? Like you're not gonna be the fastest guy, and you shouldn't be, because your game is literally you dribble, you get a pick, you spin, you fade, or you do an isolation, drive, euro step, hop step, whatever, or you post, isolation, like whatever it is that you want to do. There's so many ways to attack the basket and score with this particular build. You don't always have to rim run for a dunk, right? And again, you will be guarded by a smaller defender, but even if you are guarded by somebody that's your size, or maybe they make a switch, there's again, that's when you being a point guard comes into play. There's mismatches that you can take care of. So that being said, we're gonna move on to the defense. 70 interior defense is basically when you're defending post moves, anything in the post. 70 is actually decent. Well, more than that's actually really good for a point guard, because you shouldn't be guarding any bigs down there. But if you are, you can get some stops with your own defensive abilities. 80 perimeter defense is not the best, but once again, you're a more skilled player than average. 80 is actually very good to get these stops. Now, you don't have steals, you don't have blocks or offensive rebounds, right? That's kind of like the sacrifice you make with this build. But again, you're going for a triple-double, scoring, assist, rebound. That said, 85 rebounding is crazy, right? It's actually really, really high for this build, but you're 6'8", 230, and that's what you want. Because again, you have this Magic Johnson build, you want to be able to do these things. As far as the speed, I only went with 75 and 70 acceleration. That's honestly all that I feel that I need. I have other builds at small forward and at power forward, and to be quite honest with you, this is pretty fast. I mean, even my other builds, they're only at like 70. So I made it a little faster than normal, but I don't feel slow at all with those other builds. And even with this one, I actually feel really good as far as the speed is concerned. So and again, you can play around with this, right? Maybe you want less rebounding for more speed, maybe less passing, less shooting, driving, whatever. For more speed, that's up to you. But if you're playing 5v5, you need to have just enough speed to do what you gotta do, but you just want to be effective, right? And once again, you're 6'8", 230. Anyways, moving on. 70 strength, because we need it for our Fearless Finisher Hall of Fame, and also to have box out at least in bronze, and also for the physical handles in silver. Only 50 vertical. You're not really going to be jumping out of the sky. Remember, you have no dunking ability, right? You're just finesse, fade, euro, whatever. And then, of course, on the stamina. I think, again, this build to me is fire. Like, you're scoring at will in the post, you're scoring at will in the midi, you're diming everybody up, you're getting these stops, and you're getting these boards. So that's why I like this build, and that's why I consider it to be a Magic Johnson build. And you could run the offense so well with this, man.